Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello! Welcome to my end of year TBR. I've been seeing people on TikTok, or booktok if you will, doing it like 10 before the end. And listen, I am, if anything, very, very much not a person who can shrink it to 10. Also, from the amount of books that are currently sitting around me that are in my reading plans for the rest of the year, the second half of November and December, I think I'm being a little overzealous. just a touch. But these are my reading plans for the rest of the year. If you saw one of my latest reading vlogs, I don't think it was this last one, I think it was the one before, where I talked about my November reading plans, the first one in November. I did detail some plans to finish a bunch of series. And that is what I've dubbed November. November is a series month, even though, as of right now, it is November 14th that I'm filming this, I have yet to actually finish any of the series, but I have reread The Jasmine Throne and The Oleander Sword. So that kind of leads me into my November reading plans. I'll go over these quick because you probably saw them in that vlog, but I would love to finish The Lotus Empire. This is literally next to my TBR. This is what I'm going to be picking up next to read. So this is going to be completed, and it's going to be one more trilogy completed off of my list. I am so fucking excited to finish this morally gray, sapphic, revolutionary, delicious epic fantasy. It's just so good, all right? I'm so excited to pick this up. This is happening. This is happening. In that same vein, I'm going to be rereading The Shadow of the Gods and The Hunger of the Gods to then finish this trilogy with The Fury of the Gods, which came out at the end of October, all by John Gwynne. I'm so excited about this. This is the next trilogy that I'm going to be tackling once I finish The Jasmine Throne. I'm going to dive into The Shadow of the Gods. And in between how I've been doing it, I did read a book in November. It was really bad. But then I read a really lighthearted India Holton book on, like, you know, election day. And then I started into The Jasmine Throne and The Oleander Sword, and now I'm kind of reading another India Holton as like a palate cleanser before I go into Tasha's series, The Lotus Empire. But like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish that before I dive into The Lotus Empire, or if I'm just gonna keep it as like a whenever I'm feeling in a silly, goofy mood. But I've been doing a lot of that with like slightly smaller books, slightly lighter books, that kind of a thing. So as I complete this beautiful trilogy, I'm also going to be peppering in some smaller books that are on my TBR. This is a continuation of this trilogy. I do believe the third one is coming out next year. This is by Moses Osei Utomi. The first one is The Lies of the Ajungo, which I really, really loved. And this is just an itty bitty little novella. So this is definitely going to be on my TBR as like a little bit of a palate cleanser. I also have this novella on my TBR, which is In the Shadow of the Fall by Toby Ogundiran. I have heard great things about this novella as well, so that's why it's on my TBR. I also have a couple spookier books. Where'd it go? Here it went. That I picked up from the library. Both of them are T. Kingfisher books. So that's nice. Everything is falling. The Bloodsworn trilogy is making a getaway. I have these two spooky T. Kingfisher books from the library. I have The Hollow Places and also The Twisted Ones. So if I'm feeling in a spooky, gooky mood, these are going to be what I read as well. But in a continuation of finishing series, I also would really like to finish this trilogy with The Kingdom of Gods by N.K. Jemisin. I have had a very interesting trajectory with this trilogy this year. I read the first one back in February, absolutely fucking loved it. It's one of my favorite books of the year. And then the second one really disappointed me. It just didn't really work for me. So we're gonna go into this one and see how it is, but we'll find out, I guess. But that's another trilogy that's going to be finished this month. Another like palate cleanser-y book that I really want to read this month is The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, kind of in the same vein as The Twisted Ones and The Hollow Places. There we go, by T. Kingfisher. This is just going to be another like kind of spookier read, but less spooky season and more just gothic, because in November I want to read all the atmospheric reads usually, or like start reading like the big chunky fantasies again. So not like I don't do that all year, but like this is the season for it, you know? So that's why this is on this list. I loved Isabel Cañas's The Vampires of El Norte, so I'm ready for this gothic beautifulness. And then another trilogy that I'm going to complete hopefully this month is the Black Sun trilogy, or the Between Earth and Sky trilogy by Rebecca Roanhorse with Fevered Star and Mirrored Heavens. This is definitely going to happen. This is also going to be another series video, so I have to do it because that's got to go up on this channel at some point. You guys remember those. It's been a little while since I've done one, but in the series. We love it. I also would love to continue this series with The Unrelenting Earth by Kritika H. Rao. This is the second in this trilogy. It came out this year. I read the first one of this trilogy earlier this year. I think it was in January. It surprised me. I loved it so deeply. So I really want to continue with this trilogy before I forget a lot about it because, as you guys know, my memory is shit. So this one is on this TBR. It probably will leak into December, but like, who knows? Anyways, more series that I want to continue and finish. This sci-fi series that I have had on my piano from the library for months. I renewed it from the library 5 times. So I need to get to these. I do, because I absolutely loved These Blighted Stars, or The Blighted Stars, or whatever the first one is called. The Blighted Stars. I read it at the same time as These Bound Worlds or whatever. What is that one called? These Burning Stars. They all have the same vibe. Anyways, The Bound Worlds is this one, obviously. Oh my god. This sci-fi trilogy needs to be finished before the end of the year. And I also want to purchase these 3 books for myself, or they're on my wish list actually, because I'm not going to buy any more books for the rest of the year. I've officially got my last pre-order in for the year, so which is The Lotus Empire and another sci-fi trilogy that I'm going to tell you about in just a second. Those are the last 2 books that I'm going to buy myself this year. So we're going to go on a book buying ban for a little while until I like get through a lot of my TBR, because yeah, but it's going to be like an unofficial book buying ban. I'm still going to do my pre-orders, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, totally side tangent. These are on my wish list, but I'm gonna read them from the library. And then one day, hopefully, I will find them all together. That'd be wonderful. Imagine if I walk into a thrift store and they're just there. That'd be glorious. Also, I just picked these up from the library today. We have Martha Wells' Fugitive Telemetry, which is number 6, and then System Collapse, which is number 7 of the Murder Bot series. I do not know, have a feeling we're going to 9 with Murder Bot. But I would like to continue this series because I did read a couple of them earlier this year. And we're going to see how I feel about this series now that I've given it kind of a break before I've continued on, because these books don't ever blow me away. They're just kind of there. So we'll see with these. The other pre-order that I was telling you about is The Relentless Legion by J.S. Dews. This is the finale to one of my favorite sci-fi series ever, okay? It goes first with these 2 bad boys. We have The Last Watch and The Exiled Fleet, and now I have The Relentless Legion. I'm so excited. These are phenomenal books. Let me just say, J.S. Dews, or Dews, or Duez, or however you say her name, is phenomenal. And I might need to do a reread of all of these in December, depending on if I remember enough from The Exiled Fleet. I don't believe I do, so we might have to dive into this entire trilogy again. But that's okay, because I love rereading stuff, as you guys know. Another series that I'm going to be continuing in the end of the year, Mad Ship. Literally the 2nd book in the Live Ship Traders series by Robin Hobb. I wanted to finish this entire trilogy this year, and I might if I read this and want to immediately jump into book 3. But what I know about Robin Hobb's books is that they are a little slower. I have to be in the mood for it. So I think coming up, because it's Christmas coming soon, the wintry vibes, I always want to read big, chunky fantasy around Christmas. And I feel like this is going to be a good time for that. So either I finish this in December or January, same vibe. But I cannot wait to keep going with the Robin Hobb series. I just love it. I just love it so much. I love her writing. I love it all. I also, like I did last year, I did like was it last year or the year before? Might have been last year, might have been 2022. Who knows? But I did a like cozy vlog, or a cozy reading situation around Christmas as well. I included it in my like holiday hullabaloo vlogs that I do every year, which encompasses the entire holiday season for me. And I have a bunch of cozy books that I really want to read for that, and just cozy books that I want to read in general. So we have, first up, The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong, which I saw somebody on TikTok say that it gave them the same feelings that Sangu Mandana's The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches gave them. And I'm actually going to be buddy reading this, sort of, with my friend Yeleni, who's going to be annotating her copy, and I'm going to be annotating this copy, which is why I have these bad boys here. And then we're going to swap so that we have each other's like annotations in our own copies. I'm very excited about that. We love a traveling book. So that's what this is for. I probably will get to this before the like cozy vlog type of situation, because I want to be able to like send it to Yeleni at some point. The other ones that I have so many fucking cozy books, y'all, but the ones that I really want to get to are Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This was gifted to me by Julie for my birthday. We also have Love at First Glance by Griffin Murphy, which is a fellow indie author who I follow on TikTok. I'm so excited about this. This apparently, she keeps like marketing it as like Ella Enchanted vibes, like silly, goofy, fun time, romance. I love. And we have Rewitched, which is another cozy fantasy that came out earlier this year, just a little while ago, I think in October. Lucy Jane Wood, or maybe September. Fall. Lucy Jane Wood. And then we have The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. McLean, which I really want to get to. This is the big chunky one. Those are the cozy books on my TBR. We also have some romance books that are potentials. Potentials. This is really just me being like, this is my TBR as a mood reader. This is my plans for stuff, because I, as a Virgo, love lists and TBRs. But as a mood reader, shit could go any which way. This is just what I'm like allowing myself to pick from, you know, the pool of TBR. We also have these three romances. A bookmark just went flying. These two by Hannah Bonham Young were gifted to me by Kate and Sophia, my beautiful friends, for my birthday. I'm so excited. I need to get to these. And then we also have The Truth According to Ember by Danica Nava, which is the very first traditionally published Indigenous romance, which we love. And I cannot wait to get to this. So these are like three romances, which could go with the like cozy vibes, I guess. I also have this library book, which To a Darker Shore, which was recommended to me by Allie, my beautiful friend, because I was looking for books with demisexual representation, because my book, A Favored Fae, has demisexual representation because Mary, my main character, is demisexual, and I want to make sure that being in her head feels legit. So I wanted to actually read a book that has demisexual representation, and Allie fucking loves this book, so I have high hopes. I have medium hopes. It's a YA, but I have high hopes, and I feel like I'm gonna have a good time reading it. That's like basically the basis of this. And then I have two more physical books, and then I'm gonna talk about some like arcs and other things. We have these two. We have The Principled Moments by Esme Jikiyemu Pearson. I do really want to get to this November and December, probably December, if anything, January, but it'll be like winter at some point. I feel like it's going to be the perfect vibe, because this is like Doctor Who time travel fantasy vibes. I know nothing about it, but this is the beautiful Illuma Crate version that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. We love Facebook Marketplace. And then I also have Dragon Rider by Haran Matharu, which was gifted to me by Allie as well. So love this. I'm so excited because dragons. Let's look at the arcs I have on here that I really want to get to because I have a bunch of them, guys. I have so many books on here. I got approved for Marina Lasseter's next book. I have only read The Helm of Midnight. I need to read The Cage of Dark Hours because I just got approved for the third one. So that one's also on this TBR. I'm just gonna take this off my shelves and add it to the pile. We love Marina Lasseter. That's really good horror fantasy if you want it. We have Darkness Calls Softly by Cassie McDonald, which is coming out, I believe, November 29th, later November. It's her indie debut, so definitely go check that out. Darkness Calls Softly. This is the cover. We also have The Desert Talon, which is the sequel to The Mountain Crown by Karen Lawatche, which I read earlier this year. It's a novella. I want to see how the sequel goes, so we are going to see how that goes. I also have The Outcast Mage by Anna Campbell, which is another debut from Torn Orbit. I also have The Serpent Called Mercy, and also Ardent Violet and the Infinite Eye, which is the sequel to August Kiko and the Mechas from Space, which is this glorious pink book in the corner. Those are all arcs that I have that I would love to get to and read. I thought I had more than that, but I don't. So that's also a potentiality, and I should really focus on a few of those. But yes, that is everything. I'm now surrounded by more precarious piles of books. Let me tell you what should be on your TBR for the rest of the year. You should be picking up my brand new Sapphic cozy Christmas romance novella if you want to spend 2 hours barely with some glorious sapphics that get trapped in a bookstore because of a blackout and a blizzard. You're going to want to pick up Marian Bright by me, by Jen Collignon. Collignon. Link is in my bio. It goes into my link tree. Hit buy my books. It should be there. If not, you can order it through your local indie bookstore. You can order it literally wherever you get books. I'm still waiting for the audiobook to kick in, but we've gotten approval from Findaway Voices, so it'll be rolling very slowly out into all of the places that Spotify has. There's like 37. Super fun news. It's up on Audible. I just got the email. It's up on Audible! So you can go get it on Audible right now, but you can wait and get it on your preferred audiobook place of choice. But that's the first one that's kicked in. So that's very exciting. You could go get it on Audible. You can go listen to a sample of it on Audible right now if you want to, just to get a little sneaky peek of what Andy Eloise's beautiful voice has done for my girls. Go listen! go pick this up. And if you want to make yourself very happy this Christmas, add these two bad boys to your Christmas wish list if you haven't read them already. They are my cozy, cozy, cozy fantasies, because my third cozy fantasy is going to be coming out sometime in 2025. A favorite fae, look out for it. Follow along if you want to do that. But these are cozy fantasies. It's the best time of year to read cozy, my guys. So why not read some queer cozy fantasies set by the sea, or a sapphic cozy Christmas romance novella to get you in the mood for Christmas, because it's coming, guys. I know, it's crazy. Anyways, my friends, I just had to plug that. I don't usually like market my books on YouTube. It's only ever on TikTok. And I don't tell you very blatantly to like buy my book, but please buy my books. I've had a lot of expenses recently. Please support me. Please buy my books. I love you very deeply. Anyways, those are my reading plans for December, my friends. There is no way that I'm going to be able to stack all these books up together and hold them up, but we're going to try. We're going to try for the thumbnail. So you'll see in the thumbnail if I have succeeded. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you're going to be reading this next month and a half, what you're very excited about before the end of the year, what you're trying to get through before the end of the year. And I will catch you in another video very, very, very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading. Actually, that's kind of a cute thumbnail right there. Let's do that. I don't even have to hold anything up.